Hey everyone, Ben here with a guide to help you try and maximise the in-game livery tools in F1 23 to create your own realistic custom designs. In the video you'll see specific template and colour codes for 3 awesome designs, but if you want to create your own realistic liveries in F1 23 without mods, make sure you watch the whole video for all of my design tips. Let's get into it. Okay, so you don't need to go overboard here, but I find it's useful to create a bit of a backstory to your design before you get started in order to give you a bit of direction, usually based on the fictional sponsor brands in-game. So in the example on screen, we're drawing on Lupo Industries. Let's say they're a global tech firm and the CEO has become the major shareholder in a new F1 team and has got title sponsorship on the car. The next thing you'll notice is the template design itself. F1 liveries are about 2 things: highlighting the corporate identity of the team via distinct colours and branding, and then other sponsorship brands too. That means the highly complex base designs, often found in F1 23, are not really much use in my opinion. So in each of the designs you'll see in this video, I'm using the more simple livery templates. They give you clear colour blocks to work with, complement the contours of the chassis, and allow for a really clean design. Another thing you'll notice in these designs is the use of black. In real life, teams are leaving lots of their cars unpainted with exposed carbon fibre. You can't quite achieve that in game, but you can see a similar effect here on all 3 car designs. And more subtly, the trim of the car is often paintable too, and I like to leave it black in order to give even more definition to the chassis, and in the case of the livery on screen now, the curved yellow border of the purple sections. The other thing you'll notice on this TriStar design is I've opted for a template where the design elements are largely on the engine cover and the nose. This helps counter the limited sponsorship placement options, hiding the fact that you can't really use these spaces in the first place. I also like the loose tie-in here between the shards in the paintwork and the TriStar branding. In terms of colour palettes themselves, I always try to think of a primary colour for the scheme that you don't see on the current F1 grid. In these examples we've gone yellow, purple and a metallic red, which admittedly does look a bit like this year's Alfa Romeo, but we'll ignore that for now. In the case of this third design, I've kept things really simple using only red and black, but taking advantage of the different paint finishes to add interest to the sections of the car, even if they're painted the same colour. Likewise, in the first example, I used a small selection of sponsor logos to bring a little extra colour to parts of the design template that I couldn't edit, but overall, less is usually more. Finally, as we've said, sponsor placement is limited in these tools, so you have to use them as smartly as you can. For example, on the rear wing and the engine cover, try to use sponsors with larger, more graphic logos to help fill dead space. The same applies on the nose as well. And there you have it, 3 realistic designs to give you inspiration as well as a bunch of design tips that I use every time I create a custom livery. Let me know in the comments if you found the guide helpful, and if you're keen to see more on-track action, check out my Cockpit Camera Career series. The action-packed first episode is up on screen now.